international referees in charge for match number 4 of your Spikers Turf Season 7 2024 Open Conference. Our first referee is Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. And our second referee is Ms. Joy De Imus. Introducing the story lineup for your Savouge Spin Doctors. Let's start with their team captain, outside spiker number 2, Lawrence Senyoron. Middle blocker number 3, Shirley Magpayo. Outside spiker number 10, Nonuel Sanama. Middle blocker number 19, John Diwa. Opposite hitter number 21, Al Nasim Amil Bahar. Their setter is number 23, Ray Taneo. And their starting libero is number 5, Rico Marmeto. The head coach of the Spin Doctors is Mr. Sinfronio Semi Akailar. Presenting the starters for your VNS-Nasty Griffins. Starting with their team captain, number 7, middle blocker, Michael Doria. Setter number 5, Justin Yatko. Middle blocker number 10, Jester Bornell. Opposite spiker number 11, Alfred Pagulong. Outside hitter number 16, Kenneth Kulabat. Outside hitter number 22, Wewe Medina. And their starting libero is number 6, Kimuel Valmoria. The head coach of VNS-Nasty Griffins is Ralph Ocampo.
Let us present the starters for Savouge and VNS. It's Amil Bahar with Diwa, Senyoron, Sanama, Magpayo, Taneo Jr., and Marmeto for the Spin Doctors. And on the other end for VNS-Nasty, here are the names: Pagulong, Bornel, Medina, Kulabat, Doria, Yatko, and Valmoria. By the way, that Justin Yatko, the setter for VNS, is only 17 years old. He's that young. Yeah. And he had to clear something up. The official uniforms of VNS-Nasty haven't arrived. So we are expecting a free point to be given to Savouge or Savouge. There you go, a red card presented onto VNS-Nasty. But they will have the chance to change uniforms after set number 1, if it arrives.
Yeah, I mean, we need to abide by the rules. So if you bring the wrong uniform, the good news is it's not a default. You will be charged with a red card per set that you're wearing the wrong uniform, but you can still play.
All right. This is our first rally, and it ends with a Lawrence Senyoron hit for a point.
Yeah, huge expectations on the shoulders of Lawrence Senyoron. He is the team captain right now. He is a key holdover, so he has to lead this pretty young team.
Same goes for Ray Taneo, who obviously brings in that chemistry with Coach Sammy Akailar back from his college days, as Pagulong scores on the other end.
Yeah, that's one person I'm excited to see. Pagulong, not the tallest of players, but when he goes up, when he elevates and follows through, he gets it through the blockers.
Wasn't he a libero in the previous years for Coach Ralph Ocampo? One thing's for sure, he's been with Coach Ralph for quite some time now.
He looks family.
Yeah, he looks family. Chance here for VNS-Nasty. They go to KC Kulabat, swinging his arm. Couldn't score. Counter. Ball deflected. And up by Wewe Medina onto the opposite. Pagulong down the line target. Good save by Marmeto, and it's all worth it as JD Diwa scores.
Yeah, great dig, great defense resulting into offense. What a start by Savouge.
That's Ray Taneo delivering the ball to JD Diwa, who, by the way, has been in 7 teams for the last 7 years. He's been around, the literal journeyman. As on the other end, he just saw a point courtesy of Jester Burnell.
Well, that looked good. We can see that the individual talents of VNS. Now the question really is, how long have they been together? You know, we always pose that question to these new teams. Coach Shami was telling me, Coach Shami Akailar, he's just been with the team for what, a month, 2 months, 2 weeks.
One thing's for sure, mabilis pa lang yan.
Seizes the opening.
Did he tell you some stories about his journey so far?
No, didn't have the time. But he's just happy to be here.
He's that busy as well. He actually has Louis Ramirez watching here, supporting his college coach. Ooh, that's a service ace for JD Diwa.
Yeah, miscue. Obviously, it goes to show, you know, the familiarity needs a lot of work.
Yeah, not the best of communication right there for VNS, who now has a libero on the floor. That's Kimmy Valmoria. So the jerseys have officially arrived for VNS.
Okay.
KC Kulabat against 2 blockers will score.
What an addition Kulabat has been to VNS. We know that obviously he came from UE and did a lot to UE's program. So yeah, it's a great addition.
By the way, it's not only the offense of KC, the defense as well. He's one of the best in the UAAP in receiving. Attack from the open, and let me introduce you to this man. His name is Sai Sanama from Davao de Oro, and he was actually recruited by Savouge. He idolizes Brian Bagunas, of course, as per usual. He says there might be some similarity in terms of their elevation, and we have high expectations for that guy playing for Savouge. But on the other end, we just saw a point for Michael Doria.
Yeah. These names, these familiar names on the side of VNS. Obviously, we're looking to them to score. Doria, Medina. I don't see Medalla.
Later on, we're going to get a report from Amira Almamari about Ron Medalla, as we just saw another point from Sai Sanama. Are you convinced now, Noreen?
I am. You're right. No, the elevation is there. I mean, obviously, something to look forward to for Savouge.
I asked for their starting unit, and this was the only guy who was a mystery to me. Sino ba to? Why does he seem to be special? And they said, just talk to him and you'll find out later on. As Wewe Medina, who has been special, by the way, in the Spikers turf in the previous conferences, just scored.
Yeah, you talked about being around like Diwa. Medina has been too, coming from Army, his last team. And obviously what he brings to this squad is that maturity.
Yes.
You see that level of maturity.
And boy, did he play well for Army. He absolutely became a rising star, as now there's a point off of the block. Loren Señoron.
What do you like about players like Medina? You know that they're not the youngest of players, but you know, as effective.
First technical timeout. It's a 3-point advantage for Savouge.
The match between the Nasty Griffins and Spin Doctors will definitely be an interesting one because of the differences in their experience in their pre-game preparations. As for VNS, sabi ni Coach Ralph na maglalaro lang daw ng normal ang team, especially because they have been training in the late of February. And this can also be attributed to the fact na nag-team building activity sila noong March 5 sa Alaminos, Pangasinan that gave the team the chance to really gel and get to know each other on a deeper level. Para naman sa Spin Doctors, initially nag-worry si Coach Sammy dahil he has only been their coach for 2 weeks as of today. At ayaw niya naman daw mabuwag o masagasaan ang nabuo ng team. So he took a different approach with them kasi he's still in the learning stages. Back to you, Migs, Noreen.
We've heard from some coaches that the minimum in getting your system acquainted to your players would be around 6 months. But 2 weeks, Noreen, what can you do?
I said, baka 2 months.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It's that challenging. But on the other end, good for us to have heard that story about Coach Ralph's squad, no? Na nakapag-team building naman sila sa Alaminos. And that can be quite a necessary thing nowadays, especially when you talk about chemistry, a lot of players moving around. That time off the court would be very important.
Again, hats off to Coach Ralph Ocampo and the organization of VNS, the way they've supported these players, you know, through the conferences.
That's a point for Webe Medina from the right pin. Things are getting a bit smoother now for the guys in, what color is that? Yellow or green?
Neon yellow.
Neon yellow.
I think it's green. It's not green.
Well, we'll gladly take it, and they will gladly take their new jerseys, by the way, come set number 2. JD Diwa, he's known for his quickness.
Yes. Yes. He played for Navy. I think that's the first team I saw him play for. But you said 7, so I'm questioning myself. But anyway, Diwa and Bornell, this is a matchup to look out for.
Bornell did score already a while ago. Kulabat against 2 blockers prevails.
Kenneth Kulabat with another
Boy,
attack
I love the
from
way
left.
he elevated. And you have to say, coming off fresh off of UE, so he's still got that spring. He's young, and boy, he's gonna bring a lot to the squad.
You know, I did have for another team here in the Spikers turf. We covered them last Wednesday as we just saw a back row hit.
Boy, Medina has been
Substitution for
the
VNS.
go-to for
Number
VNS
5
right
out,
now.
Number 2, Ronnie
We did mention he is a rising star after all.
Number 11
And here's Adrian
out.
Imperial checking in
Number
with
1,
Ronnie
Adrian
Adviento,
Imperial
who's one of the more tenured players
Yes.
nowadays for VNS.
And one of the taller ones also.
He's not old, but he is. He's been here for a long time now. Taneo onto the open. Great elevation. Tegalo. And that's an easy one for Emil Bahar.
Abdul Bahar gets the
You know,
hold.
we will get to know these players
From
throughout the
10.
conference, the competition, but you like what you see.
Yes.
I'm so impressed.
By the way, the point belonged to Al Nasim Emil Bahar, who also came from the RTU program. As now Ronnie Adviento just scored.
Adviento gets the point of
At some,
block.
sorry.
No, yeah.
At some point in time, this Savouge team was filled with RTU players. Remember that?
Yes, yes.
11 serving
So,
12.
siya yung natira. Kasi bumalik na sa school yung kanyang mga kakampi. Graduating na rin naman itong si Al Nasim Emil Bahar. Now there's a service error by KC. That's the third of VNS.
One for
Yeah,
Savouge.
third service error.
13 serving 11.
And look at the score. They're just down by 2. Can you imagine if no errors?
And we might expect a lot of changes throughout the match because this is not yet a complete VNS team. Kenny Malines didn't have this set of uniform. That's why he's still unable to play as Webe Medina scores again.
Well, he has been very consistent so far, and what you like is he's doing it in the front row, he's doing it in the back, so he's adding variety for VNS.
I'll be honest, I was really surprised with his development, but he would gladly take it.
Yeah.
Battle at the net. Ooh, was there a touch? Apparently there was.
That touch on Savouge.
Yeah,
Point
collision
for
there,
VNS.
Taneo and Senyoron, and I think Taneo clipped the net. Wasted
Error
opportunity for
ties the game.
Savouge.
13.
That could have been the easiest late Valentine's gift a month after. Yeah, it is March 15.
It is pre-Holy Week na lang.
Oh, that's
Pre-Holy
right. Deadlock at 13. Emil Bahar from the back row. That goes out. VNS down, grabs the lead.
Ball went out.
And that makes Coach Sammy call for time.
Timeout, Savouge. The score is VNS 14, Savouge 13.
Malaki yan. So ito, pabi mo lang siya. Papaluin mo ang bola dito. Hayaan mo si ano dito. Kaya mo lang yan. So ngayon, nasan yung opposite natin? Nandito, di ba? Pumunta yung opposite dito. Ito pumunta sa gitna. Magbabackrock ka sa gitna. Okay? Naintindihan. Ngayon, pag pumapalo kayo, huwag pumapalong dito. Palo sa gitna. Okay? Ha? Let's go.
Hey, one team!
Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. And speaking of switching, we've seen a switch in terms of having the advantage now in this game. How was VNS able to turn things around?
I think their offense is really just working. You know, the
Michael
setters
Doria
have been
serving for
doing a
the
great job.
Griffins.
Imperial coming off the bench at Viento as well. So I think they're more focused here in this, at least here in the first set.
And there have been some heartbreaking mistakes on the side of Savouge,
Point for
including that
VNS.
one.
Substitution for Savouge.
Now, Shawi
Number 2
Caritativo
out.
checks in for
Number
team
1,
captain
Sherwin
Loren
Caritativo
Signoron.
in.
Do you remember Shawi back in the PNVF
Yeah.
Challenge Cup?
Yes.
Oh, he was highly impressive as well.
Yeah, the talented individuals that, again, through the years in men's volleyball, we will get used to mentioning.
15 serving 13. Michael Doria with a service error. He quickly apologizes
Service out.
to Coach Ralph Ocampo. That's 4 service errors now for
the
VNS.
Spin Doctors.
Well, that has been the Achilles heel of VNS in this first set. They have the lead, but 4 service errors.
So it's mistakes here and there.
Yes. Yesterday, today,
Magpayo
and
to
tomorrow.
serve.
Oh, I love that. Charlie Magpayo, the former UST Golden Spiker, setting that ball in. Adviento couldn't get it through. Bornel, back to Ronnie. The cross was read well. Back row, great elevation. Sai Sanama.
From the back row.
We're going to say his name over and over again throughout this tournament.
The
Sai
size is game
Sanama.
at
Yes.
15.
And if you're that scout who discovered him in Davao de Oro, why would you not recruit him?
Yeah.
He's that good. Nueve Medina, a bit low there. And it's a point for Savouge.
4 touches on VNS. Point
The
for
first
Savouge.
challenge for this game. Block touch.
I was looking at Ken Colabat. He was looking at Coach Ralph. No, don't challenge.
We have a green card. Oh, may umamin. Or... Meron na ba?
Replay
I
point
see a
called.
dead ball. I mean, the
The score is 15
first referee,
all.
Orlindo Eusebio, signaled dead ball.
All right, so we shall push through. No point awarded. 15 all. Charlie Magpayo. Ball up by Wewe. Onto Bornel. Tough save. Chance ball for VNS. Bit of a scramble though. And a push. Free ball on the other end. Magpayo. Taneo. Onto Diwa. Straight to the back. Imperial recalculates. Medina, check ball or not? The answer is yes.
Medina
Well, VNS
scores
looks
off a
like
goal
a more
touch.
fluid team here in the middle part
And
of the
we're off
first
to our
set.
second technical
They will send
timeout
us to
of
the
first
second
set.
technical timeout.
It's VNS with the lead, 16 to 15.
Ang GOAT ko po sa volleyball talaga before, ever since nung bata pa lang ako, si Alyssa Valdez. Kasi ano yung parang ang laking inspiration niya talaga sa akin simula nung nag-start ako ng UAAP since high school. And kaya nga number 2. And gusto ko kasi yung talagang yung attitude niya, palaban siya. But at the same time, very down to earth. Hi, Ate Lai. I'm Lawrence Senyoton po from Savouge Spin Doctors. Na-meet na kita actually. Hindi ko lang sure kung natatandaan mo ako. But yun po, thank you for being an inspiration to me.
I'm pretty sure Eliza would remember Lawrence Senyoton, who has been making his name in the Spikers turf for a couple of conferences now. And Lawrence did mention, mabait talaga yan si Eliza. I can't deny it. Off speed for Medina, and that works.
Yeah, just the ad makes for me. It's so heartwarming to see boys. I mean, in the men's division, have inspirations na girls, you know?
And vice versa.
And vice versa. No, I mean, more girls really, it's, you know, sometimes they're guys or sometimes they're girls. But for guys to actually say, it's someone like Eliza,
Yeah.
isn't that heartwarming?
It went down.
Let's see if Lawrence Senyoton can channel his inner phenom later on. Right now, he has his teammates on the court. 17 all, the recent point for Savouge. And there's Sherwin Caritativo, who was the one that replaced Lawrence Senyoton. Service error.
Service out.
Well, Savouge, not much. It's VNS actually with more service errors, but at
VNS
this point, when
plus
it's
1 point.
close,
18
you need to check
17.
that.
18 serving 17. Chester Bornell
serving.
He serves that ball to the net. That's
Service
service
error.
error number 6.
And back-to-back
Savouge
service errors
with the
for
point.
VNS.
18 all.
They're nasty. The serves are nasty.
By the way, the names are quite entertaining as well. We have
Serving
Savouge on
Spin
one
Doctors.
end and Nasty on the other end. JDDwa serves it in.
Yeah, Savouge are the spin doctors.
Oh, and here come the Griffins. That's quite low for VNS.
Sanama.
It's Alfred Pagulong unable to get it through.
Oh, great blocking. Look at that. Look at the way. Who's the one who blocked it?
It's Sai.
It's Sai Sanama. Look at the way he stayed in the air.
Yeah. Oh, another service error. They're
Service
piling
error.
up. The second now for Savouge.
The error. Sizing
You don't
in
want to
at
see that
19.
going towards the
And point
20s
for
of the
VNS.
first set.
19 all, a virtual race to 6.
Alfred Pagulo serving.
Alfred
for the
Pagulong.
Griffins.
That's a good one.
Taneo opens up. Sai, yes. He had to
Another
lean
point
back for a
for
bit.
Savouge. Substitution for the Spin
Double
Doctors.
sub, Antonio
Number
and
23
Imperial will
now.
check in as we take a
Number
look at the
9, Red Set
replay.
Antonio.
By the way, when he said
Number 21.
that we
Number
might see a bit of
13,
comparison
Michael Imperial.
about his elevation alongside Brian Bagunas, he said it humbly, just to be clear to everybody. Hindi naman pumayabang yung batang yan.
No, and I'm sure he like formed his game based on, you know, Brian Bagunas as
Right.
his inspiration. So the form that he want to emulate.
Here we go. KC Golabat. Nice follow through.
Cross-skirt attack.
You see the snap now of
Yeah.
the wrist.
Laban.
And it led straight to his celebration walk.
Smooth flow.
Ayun, no, tuloy-tuloy na yan.
20 all is the score.
Gotta love that. Golabat sends that ball straight to Marmeto. Tip set. Attack didn't work. Counter. Medina down the line. It's in.
Yeah.
Down the line.
We saw the
Wilmer
linesman
Medina.
signal in. Medina had to adjust to that set, but same result.
21, serving 20.
I remember covering him back in the first Champions League. He was different.
He's better now.
He's so much
Laban
better now.
serving for the Griffins.
Maybe he's inspired.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll leave it to him. As now it is a service error.
Service
This is
out.
number 7
Freebie
from
point
VNS.
for Savouge.
There's Wewe. Ever so
21
inspired.
all.
21 all.
Norbert Sanama serving.
This is a close first set. It's going to boil down to these errors.
Set up back to Wewe, who had to recalculate. That was a tough angle.
And 10 a touch on VNS. Point
Boy,
for
back-to-back
Savouge.
errors. First, another service error, then a hitting error.
22, serving 21.
So that ball actually came from Justin Niatko, who obviously has a lot to learn as the youngest player of VNS. But we're glad to have him here. Now it's Sanama with the serve. 6 points to his name. Medina gliding through the air, and it was tight.
Attack too low.
We have a timeout. Emergency button for Coach Ralph
Timeout,
Ocampo.
VNS-Nasty Griffins.
Wala ng kumpiyansa. Diba? Magsa-serve tayo, pa-outside ang tira nyo pataas. Kailangan nga dyan papahirapan nyo yung kalaban. Pero yung tira nyo ng serve pataas. Closing to eh. Kung closing, kailangan seryosohin natin yung mga bagay para matapos natin.
Tara, let's go.
Go tayo. Isang magandang receive, isang magandang play, pagkaikot natin, serve, mahabol natin yung 23. Una natin mag-25
Well, this is absolutely very manageable for VNS. And by the way, RPTV na ang official at exclusive na channel ng Pambansang Liga ng Bayan on free-to-air. Sabay-sabay nating subaybayan ang PBA Philippine Cup Season 48. All games live dito sa RPTV para sa Pinoy. 23 serving 21. Here's Sai Sanama.
Serving for Savouge.
Well, it is manageable, knowing the talent of VNS. But who will you go to?
KC from the back. Ball up by Imperial. Antonio sends it to the left. Nice block by VNS. Right pin didn't work for Antonio. Now they send it left. Shawi pushes. Chance ball for VNS. It's Wewe Medina.
Good cover.
Good coverage. That's Pagulong. Valmoria back to Wewe. A bit low. Another coverage. Wewe again. Straight to Marmeta, who had a look with that dig. Back row hit. It's long.
Back row attack.
Well, that's one
down.
thing this kid is going to learn, Sai Sanama, is to control his emotions. He had that, he was up in the air. He knew what to do.
Magigil.
Nagigil.
Especially in the clutch. 22 serving 23. This is a chance to equalize for Michael Doria and company. Serve in. Ooh, a great answer by Antonio.
Renzel
Oh, but
Antonio.
we have to say, that was such a great set. Back set there.
Timeout VNS.
That was by Imperial. As now we have another timeout.
Diba? Kailangan humabol ng 2 points. Pag-aalalay tayo, same lang din yung result. Diba? Pag ganun, kailangan consistent na kargado yung serve natin. Kaya na pa tayo error tayo ng error. Kaya na pa dapat kaya natin manalo kasi error tayo ng error. Ito dalawa lang. Tiwala lang kayo, magandang receive. Tapos yung sabi ko, magandang receive, tapos non-serve. Yun lang yun. Side out tsaka break point lang, ha? Go tayo.
Good news for all volleyball fans. The PVL, UAAP, and Spikers Turf can now be enjoyed on One Sports via high definition. Catch the games on One Sports HD Channel 17 only on Signal. One Sports HD is available to all active Signal prepaid and postpaid subscribers.
Set point for Savouge.
It's good you mentioned that.
Shirley Magpayo.
Channel
serving for the
17.
set.
Yeah,
Okay, I will check it out.
especially if you would want to witness greatness in HD, as Medina couldn't get it through again. One more time, finally for Wewe. It's about time.
Yeah, he has been checked, and then a couple of errors here and there, but this is huge for Wewe Medina.
Serving 24.
So that's what Coach Ralph initially wanted.
Yes.
Get the point, but they need to follow through with another
Timeout,
one.
Savouge.
Timeout for Coach Sammy.
Dito ka. Weaker, B, kunin mo to. Kunin mo yan. Tapos ikaw biglang sumingit ka dito, Tres. Okay? Tapos, ang porsyento natin, isa lang. Yung dito, porsyento ka. Okay? Bahala ka kanino mo ibigay ang bola. Pero, ang instruction ko, ito magbibi, dito, Tres. O, Tres, back row dito. Receive natin ang maganda kasi may instruction, okay? Pag may pumapalo na sa atin, ano bang gagawin? Over lang, okay? Sila ang magsiservice sa atin.
I did ask the other coaches of Savouge the biggest difference with having Coach Sammy. And they said, it's the focus of the players. Sino ba namang hindi makikinig at mas magiging focused with the veteran coach leading your squad?
And I think respect.
Respect,
Once
of
a
course.
player has respect for a coach, I mean, that makes a lot of difference.
They listened to the play that they wanted, but it was checked by VNS. A counter onto the middle, and we have an extended set number 1.
With bit
Oh,
quicker.
that was a great set, you know, and Bornell has been playing
ties
well.
the game
Not a
at
lot of sets, but I'm
24.
sure his efficiency is way up there.
Service.
He did start off very well in this game.
Yeah.
24 all. Service by Justin Yatko. There's the back set onto Antonio, who was checked. One more. Same guy. Kulabat puts it up. There's the chase. Medina sending it through. Practically a chance ball. Imperial to the quick.
Oh.
And it's JD Diwa who scores.
John
Well, it has
Diwa.
been, at least in the last
Substitution
2 points, a
for
battle of the
Savouge.
middles.
Number 9 out. Number 23. Great Taneo in.
There's the replay. Again, his quickness
21.
has been hard to deny in the Spikers turf for every team he may play for.
Yeah, but what a set by Imperial, huh?
So now the double sub is back in. Reytaneo serving for Savouge.
Great Taneo.
25-24, set point. Medina receives, bit tight, and that was blocked. JD Diwa with back-to-back points to end set number 1.
For Savouge.
Great read. We said the battle of the middles, and Diwa gets one over Bornell.
Is that a block point or an error by VNS? Because the first referee ruled double touch.
Oh, it's based on the call of the referee.
So error shot.
Error.
Error
Savouge with
shot.
the win.
Oh, either way, JD Diwa would
26-24.
gladly take that point for his squad. 26-24 in set number 1. We're back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum for Savouge versus VNS. It was an extended set number 1, but we did say in the ring that we kind of expected a tight match between these two teams.
Yeah, and they did not disappoint. You know, we talked about the battle of the middles. Diwa, Bornell, Wewe Medina, Sanama. I mean, so nice, so entertaining, but one team had to prevail. And Savouge, actually, they were down already at one point in that first set, and they came back. But we have to mention later when we show the numbers, with great help from VNS themselves because of their errors. We kept saying the errors piled up, and I just want you to look at the errors.
There you go.
You know, 12 errors and 7 of which are service errors. 17 attacks, they were led in terms of attacks, but pretty much, you know, negated by the errors, everything else Savouge. So, here, big question for VNS. You did say Malinis will play. How will his presence affect the team chemistry of VNS? But for Savouge, you like to see the way they're playing, names like Sanama and Diwa playing well. So it's going to be an interesting second set for me.
Well, let's see if Kenry Malinis himself can help the game of VNS become cleaner in set number 2. I'm glad you got that.
Of course.
I'm really glad you got it. So Kenry Malinis, there you have him. Jersey number 24 is in alongside their original starting setter in Dominic Castañeda. He's a pretty tall setter, actually. So we also have to give credit to the young man, Justin
Checking in for the
Yatko,
first time in this
who
game
had to
for
step up in
VNS
set
is
number 1 in his
9, Dominic
absence.
Castañeda.
Again, for
And
those who
number
just joined us,
24,
because
Kenry
the
Malinis.
jerseys arrived late. That is why Coach Ralph probably fielded in that starting unit.
Yes, so he had no choice.
He had
the
no
jerseys arrived in the middle of set number 1. Actually, buti nga umabot pa yung sa libero eh.
Yeah. Well, we have to mention some leading scorers here for VNS. No surprise, Medina with 8, Kulabat with 3. For Savouge, Sanama with 6. He leads this team in scoring, and then Diwa with 3.
I like the fact that you're already getting used to saying his name.
Yeah.
Here we go, set number 2. Amil Bahar with a cross. Nice dig by Casey Kulabat. The counter coming from Medina. Marmeto putting it up. Taneo back sets. Amil Bahar with the tip. Nice save. But apparently, there's a violation. Double contact.
2 touches violation on VNS. Point for Savouge.
Well, good effort though. I mean, we have to give credit to the digging. You did mention it, Migs. Kulabat, known also for his defense, showing us in that particular play.
Received right there by Kimi Valmoria. Attack from the opposite. And Nico Marmeto absolutely knew that it was going out.
That's a point for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, I feel the set was actually pretty near the net, so Medina tried to twist his body and go down the line, but yeah, mishit there.
It's 2-0. Lawrence Señoron, who idolizes Alyssa Valdez. One thing that we learned today. Henry Malines, good to see him back after missing out on 8 months of volleyball action. Sanama elevating and detonating.
Well, you talked about Señoron idolizing Alyssa Valdez and Sanama, Brian Bagunas.
Yep.
So our national team
3-0
mainstays.
for Savouge. Service, Señoron.
3-0. Lawrence Señoron continue to serve. Straight to Wewe Medina. Castañeda with a quick.
Chester
That's
Bornell.
Chester Bornell with a monstrous point.
Boy, he showed us, you know, a lot of those attacks in the first
One
set. And
serving 3.
boy, it's no fluke. He is so talented.
And he's
Wewe
young.
Medina.
Born 2002. That makes him 21 years old.
22.
Mag-birthday pa lang siya this year. He's that young as now
That's
Savouge
on
gets a
VNS.
point off of the block.
Point for Savouge.
I'm going to make a prediction now.
What is it?
Sanama is going to be highly recruited after this conference.
4 serving
Right?
1.
Yeah, I would agree to that. But we did see quite a
John
unique
Diwa
serve from Wewe
At the
Medina.
service zone.
Underhand that's leaning in. Malinis over the blockers. No touch.
Yeah, that's one thing
Went out.
I feel for
Point
Malines
for
because he
Savouge.
rested for what 7-8 months, as you said.
5 serving 1.
We will slowly see him get into the game, right? Get in the game. So you have, you know, the fans have to be patient. If he commits a bit of errors here and there.
By the way, he's going up against his former perpetual coach, Coach Sammy Akailar, as
Bornell.
VNS went to Bornell again.
On the left for the point.
and they prevail.
Yeah.
There's
why-
Coach Sammy. So, just so everybody knows, it was 1 year for Kenry Malines with Coach Sammy and 1 year for Coach Dante Alinsunurin in NU. Sanama rising on top.
Sanama.
Boy, unfazed by
Gets
the
the
triple
opening in the
block
middle.
that was in front of him. You see the way he just twists and turns in midair. So good.
6
Mentioned he
serving
might
2.
be recruited. Well, we
I'm
already have-
predicting it already. I'm calling it. I'm claiming it.
We do have some coaches watching here. Coach Tai is right in front of us right now.
No, I wonder how old he is. Is he still eligible for
Charlie
college?
Payo.
For uni?
2002. He's 21.
Pwede pa.
Pwede pa. Tignan natin. Technically, this is not yet a
7-32.
professional league.
Right.
Wala pa silang lisensya, so they can still go back to collegiate sports.
Like Jade Quitado.
Right. Oh, by the way, Jade is the current leading scorer in the UAAP. As Señoron just scored from the back row.
Señoron
Getting
targets
back into the
Castaneda.
groove,
Back row.
Lawrence Señoron.
And, we're
And
up
how
to
about
our
this
first
advantage for
technical timeout of
Savouge?
the
8
second
to
set.
2 in favor of them.
Savouge in the lead, 8-2.
You're still watching Spiker's Turf Open Conference. A veteran in his own right, Wewe Medina has an arsenal of experience up his sleeve. Playing since elementary and now playing in the pro while being an assistant coach in the PVL, he said that these experiences, especially coaching, gave him motivation to surpass his own skills and heighten his volleyball IQ. One thing he looks forward to in this conference is teaming up with Ron Medalla for the first time, as they have been opponents for as long as he could remember. Ron is currently undergoing strengthening therapy for his knee, so we hope to see him suit up in the next games. Migs, Nareen.
Thank you, Amira. By the way, that's 2 knee injuries in a span of, 2 years as well for Ron Medalla. So we do wish him the best in terms of his recovery, as we saw a point for Savouge. But going back to what Amira said about Wewe Medina, there really are players like that. Nicole Tiamzon is also another example. Coaching for UP, she's been playing relatively better now for Petrogas.
And I feel also because, you're out of college, sometimes the pressure is off. So your natural skills, you hone it some way, somehow. And then you can play better. We've seen a lot of players play better after college. I'd say one. Tots Carlos is one. Gemma Galanda is another. Perfect example.
So let's see if Wewe can continue to rise in the Spiker's turf. That's another service error. And VNS will have to play a lot cleaner now, especially they're down by 6.
But Savouge, we have to give it to them, doing a great job. There was Sanama, then now Senyoron's getting into the act with that. And Diwa.
Yeah, Diwa ended set number 1 for us. He will approach, and he couldn't hit. One more time. Good read for VNS.
Good save.
Chance ball. Taneo will choose the combination. Senyoron is rejected. Good coverage. Now it's Taneo who sends it through. Castañeda. Oh, no connection. Nobody there.
Miscommunication.
Yeah. Miscue there, but what about Savouge, and their defense, and Taneo trying to get into the scoring act?
We do have some setters like that. When they hit the ball, it's as if they're an outside spiker.
He is one. I remember seeing
Before?
him. Yeah. No, I mean, he'll set and like Kim Fajardo type. He'll set, but when he gets a set, he can hit as well.
Another service error, by the way, was tallied, but this time from the side of Savouge. So it's 5 serving 11. Senyoron receives, Taneo sets, Diwa rejected, battle at the net. That's the matchup that you talked about, but there's a miscue for VNS.
Well, so far, Diwa has been edging Bornell there. That was a great joust, and Diwa gets that.
Coach Ralph not looking so happy right now on the sideline. They don't want to be going down 2 sets to love. Medina receives, Bornell pushes, Barmeto diving for that ball. Senyoron, cross! And another miscue there for VNS.
Well, defense is there. It's a matter of keeping the ball in play and communication for VNS.
Timeout, 13-5.
Ang problema kasi masyado kayo relax, taken for granted yung ginagalaw nyo eh. Kumbaga, inaantay nyo yung bola bago kayo gumalaw eh. Hindi nyo binabasa kung saan pupunta yung bola. Tapos ganyan lang kayo, sige okay lang. Wala magagawa, okay lang. Ang problema nga natin, ibabaw sa atin yung blocker pero nababasa natin pero hindi tayo tumatalon. Diba? Nasa harap mo yung bola. Nag-aantay ka na, mag-expect ka na may kukuha. Volleyball to eh. Kahit sino pwede kumuha. Pag walang kukuha, dapat may kukuha. Pwede din yan. Atake tayo. Up tayo. Balik tayo po.
Malapit na yan.
VNS! Win! All out, all heart, all Filipino. Catch the 2024 PVL All Filipino Conference every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on One Sports, One Sports Plus, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. PVL, the heart of volleyball. 13-5, sense of urgency. That is the reminder by Coach Ralph Ocampo. But can VNS actually wake up? They're down by 8. Castañeda opens up. Cross court, Barmeto with another smooth dig. And here's Senyoron. Ooh, that's way over.
Yeah, he found himself directly beneath that ball, lost track of the court. But I like what Coach Ralph said. Hindi pwede okay lang. You're too relaxed for your own good.
Number 9 out. Number 1.
Imperial checks in, replacing Castañeda. Adrian did see some time in set number 1. Can he elevate the level of play of VNS?
Well, he is a veteran setter, so they're hoping for that.
Oh, there's a block point. Medina had to celebrate
That's a
towards
point
Lawrence
for
Senyoron.
VNS.
That's 2 generations of USD Golden Spikers.
Yep. A great read. Look at that. 3-man wall there. Senyoron had nowhere to go.
Taneo back sets. Back row hit. Sai Sanama. Say his name again.
Sai
Sanama
Sanam.
scores
Yes.
from the back row.
Gotta memorize it.
But now you're seeing so many options on the side of Savouge. You forget
Senyoron.
Sanama is a lethal attacker from the pipe.
Right. And you know what? If you would look at the bench of Savouge, they have even more options. We haven't even seen Hero Austria.
And Charlie
For
Magpayo.
Savouge.
That's right. Well, Charlie
There's
did
a
see some
challenge
action
on
a
the
while
ball
ago,
by
but
VNS.
compared to the points and the impact of
Challenge
Sanama,
is net touch.
Shai has been very impressive. All right, there's a challenge. Is there?
Okay, so they called a net touch on Diwa because he got that stuff blocked and he admitted.
Okay. So that's 2 challenges
Challenge
that
has been
haven't
cancelled.
pushed through,
Yeah.
which we will gladly take. We'll take
Substitutions for
honesty
VNS,
anytime.
number 22 out, number 11.
What's quite weird is there's
Alfred
no fair
Pagulong
play
in.
card here.
Yeah.
There's no incentive. It's just them being honest.
No, also they know
The
because
score is
when it was
Savouge 14,
introduced, it did speed up the game.
Yeah.
Right? So these players know that, okay, I'll get caught anyway.
Right.
So I'll admit it, might as well.
8 serving 14. Taneo to JD. Ayun naman ang kanyang pambawi.
Wow, with a quick
We love that set, letting Diwa, make up for that.
Maybe that was the plan all along.
Not the cleanest of hits, but still a point.
That's
Diwa
15
at
to
the
8
service
now.
zone.
JD Diwa. Ooh! Service error.
attack error.
He
service
served
error.
behind Senyoron.
Directly
9,
behind?
15.
Something like that because when he landed inside the court, they almost collided.
Chester Bornell.
Oh, that's
at the
risky.
service zone.
Good to see that no one is hurt. Taneo onto Sanama. Ooh! Tried to go for the check.
No look
To
attack
no avail.
went out.
Now they're
For
gonna
VNS.
challenge.
There's a challenge on the
I
call by
love the way
Savouge. The
he was
challenge
in
is
midair
block
and then
touch.
he just tried to hit the blocker's hand, right? It's so easy.
We'll let the video confirm. So this would be the first challenge that will push through in this game. And again, going back to your point, Sai Sanama could be recruited. He hasn't finished college after all. He's that young. Nakwento nga niya na matagal niya nang nakakalaro si Ken Malinis
Okay.
in one-day leagues. So he might have learned a thing or two as well from him. Oh, that's a bit above.
Yeah.
There's no
Upon
touch.
review, there is no block touch. So the challenge
But
by
in that
Savouge
slow-mo, you can
is
see
unsuccessful.
Sanama, that no look. He wanted
The
to
Spin
hit.
Doctors have
I'll
one
hit it
remaining
left and look
challenge for the
right.
set.
All right, so it's an unsuccessful challenge. He's 5. Jester Burnell now serves. Taneo opens up. Sanama rising. Whistle blown. There's a net touch.
Sanama.
Oh, that's a lucky
Sees the
break for
opening.
Savouge because that ball sailed really
And we're off
wide.
to our second technical timeout.
That leads us to
of
the
set
second
number
technical
2. It's
timeout,
Savouge
16
with the
to
lead.
10.
16 to 10.
And there you see a bit of crowd for Savouge. They might be players as well if you think about it. I mean, much like VNS, they have a pool. It's the purpose of their program. And there you see Barbie San Andres watching his former team. Arena Plus, Astigs Sports. And just to a point for VNS.
You like that coming off that technical timeout. If you're VNS, you want to narrow this gap and chip into the lead of Savouge.
11-16. Not the best of receives, but still. Oh my goodness. Sai Sanama, way to introduce yourself.
We saw a bit of wayward hits by Sanama, right? But if he can play like this consistently, come on.
I wish Barbie is still playing in this game. That would be a nice showdown. Nice block. Ball up by Taneo. Emil Bahar sends it to Lawrence.
Good save.
Imperial onto Casey. Yes.
A better fight in VNS. That's what you want to see.
Now we have Bartolome checking in for the first time as we take a look at that hit by Casey Culaban. By the way, Bartolome, who just checked in for Casey, is... Or sorry, those two are actually best friends. Yeah, they go to training always an hour before the actual training starts so that they can do some extra work. Now, there's Charlie Magpayo. You've been looking for him.
Yeah. Because together with Senyoron, they've been like playing together for quite a while. No, I was actually looking at that substitution. I was wondering, why would you bring out Culabat when we know that he's good in defense?
Yeah. Well, let's see if Bartolome can prove something else to us. Oh, a miscalculation by Imperial and Doria.
That's fine. We will see more of that. We will see that connection, and in the future, it will prove to be successful.
Practice, dalawang beses nyo ginagawa. Nalinito kami, hindi namin alam kung anong plano nyo eh. Nagpapalit kayo ng ano eh. Dalawang play yun, oh. Dalawang play na alanganin. Eh di ba sabi na nga pag walang pasa, pwede na ma-highball. Ayusin nyo yung ginagawa nyo. Hindi naman ito yung pinractice natin eh.
Good news mga kapatid, mapapanood na rin tayo sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT, Channel 19 at 18.3 sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. Now, we're seeing a bit of a scramble on the side of VNS. Do you think this could also be a side effect of the fact that they didn't have their jerseys? It wasn't the smoothest of starts for them in this game.
Too high, it went out.
It could be, I would say, but you know, at this level of competition, you don't want, you know, these exterior situations to affect your game. You're in there for one purpose, which is to win. You know, maybe some other factors. Oh, good save.
That's a chase by Sai, and Senyoron gets it successfully in. A counter for VNS. Medina. Oh, two dives.
You talked about mad scramble. That's one of them.
Yeah. Imperial with the 1-2. And no more save.
Adrian Imperial.
Again, you know, that rally for me, although VNS won that, it's a perfect example of if you're Savouge or if you're just watching, you wait till the referee blows the whistle because some of them stop play. They saved the ball. It could have been, you know, a better free ball for VNS, but it became a scramble.
20-13, Senyoron for retribution. Just like that.
Yeah.
Down the line, Lawrence.
What about his save? He crashed into the A-boards.
I thought you were going to get hit for a while there, but
It's closer to you.
that's more important for Savouge, that Senyoron will be able to score again. 21, serving 13. Full front row for Ray Taneo.
Yeah.
Ball up by Bartolome. And there's Wewe Medina altering his way of attacking.
Medina imposes his will.
Well, that's clear from that report. by Amira saying that, you know, when Medina said because he's coaching, you know, his volleyball IQ has increased, and he's showing us in today's game.
He also has to lead by example. And that goes outside. Reytaneo arguing for a touch.
There's a challenge to the call by Savouge. The challenge is block touch.
Yes.
May umamin ulit.
And a replay point.
Wow, what a
has
very
been
honest
called.
game.
Challenge has been denied or cancelled.
But I'm confused about the dead ball sign of the first referee.
Because there was a block touch, then the ball
score
could have
is
still
still
been put up
21,
by
yeah.
Savouge.
Correct. Thank you.
Senyoron sends that out though.
Service out.
Very anticlimactic.
And VNS, they were rewarded for honesty.
Oh, it was a wrong server. VNS should have been the one serving. So we replay the point again.
Red card, first referee and second referee.
Only Noreen Go can say that on air. The former commissioner herself. It's good that you're close with these referees. Actually, we're getting used to them. It's the same basis across all leagues. Minsan nga, babatiin mo na sila sa parking lot. Kasama kayo kanina umaga, ganun din sa hapon.
Yeah, no? You're the one who does morning and evening games.
Ikaw rin naman.
I don't do morning and evening games.
Ooh, that's a good block point for VNS.
Block point for the
Yes,
Griffins.
that was Wewe Medina again, this time blocking. And you did say, no? I mean, from the first time you covered him till today.
It's a drastic
You're impressed,
difference.
yeah.
Nice save there. Good effort by Savouge. But can VNS capitalize? Medina! No check ball. He wants it. Savouge says
The attack
no.
went out. Point awarded
So this
to
will be a
Savouge.
definite challenge.
Yeah. Look at
There's a
Diwa.
challenge
He
to
was
the
on
ball by
admit it. He
VNS.
says, nope,
The
I didn't
challenge
touch
is
it.
block touch.
Well, then again, everything happened so fast. So we need the replay, the slow-mo for this one.
Well, if we base it on Wewe Medina's high volleyball IQ and he says there's a touch, let's see how high.
IQ niya yung nasa test
Oo nga,
eh, no?
no? Hindi experience eh. IQ.
Wewe, I think he's gesturing that he heard a touch, which could be a good argument as well.
Yeah. Because it should have been long, right? But because of that sound, it's obviously a touch.
Ooh,
None.
malayo. Yeah,
Upon
there was
review,
nowhere
there is no
near
block touch.
any
So
hand.
the challenge by VNS is
No,
unsuccessful.
In fairness,
The
it was
Griffins
kind of
have one remaining
It was kind of
challenge
near.
for this set.
Okay, I'll give
Kinda.
you that. I'll
Kind
give
of.
you that.
It could have
22
hit the
serving
pinky
15.
finger.
Okay. We shall continue. 22 serving 15. Imperial will go to the open. Kenry Malines, ball up by Lawrence. Rico sends it to Sai. How about the elevation again? Off speed didn't work. Medina pushes. Marmeto still with no expression on his face. Senyoron to the other side. Imperial puts it up.
Yeah, good rally.
Malines,
Whoa!
nice find. That's in zone number 2.
Well, learning one
That's a
from
point
Wewe
for the
Medina there, that a point is a point. Just find that crack in the defense. That was smart. That's a smart tip.
And he hasn't scored as much. So he would gladly take that. Talking about Kenry Malines. 16-22. Nice receive by Lawrence. Amil Bahar, a bit low. And it's a point for first referee. Will first talk to our linesman before he confirms.
Well, it looked like a hit off the blockers.
There you go. You
Yeah.
are correct.
Yeah.
That's why you are an analyst. So it's 23-16. JD Diwa now be doing the honors. This is a much smoother second set for Savouge. We did have an extended set number 1.
Well, they're just 2 points away.
Ooh, service error again for JD.
+1 for the Griffins. 17,
Well, at this point, they can
23.
still afford that, but you don't want to be giving VNS some life here in the second set.
We've seen a lot of strange things happen in volleyball. That includes major comebacks. Sanama saying nope, no comeback will happen, not on my watch.
Boy, the explosive jump to that.
Substitution for Savouge, number 23 out, number 9.
And there's a kick as well
Number
on his
21
jump,
out.
which adds to the entertainment value.
In boys volleyball or in men's volleyball, I love the way when they approach, you'll see both
Set
feet
point for Savouge.
Yeah.
hold to your butt, and then you said the kick. I mean, in women's, you do see like Cici Rondina, but it's not normal. Men's, it's
Very common.
very fun to watch.
Josh Ibanez is a perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
Back set Henry again, reading the defense beautifully.
Well, that's one thing, you know. Let's say we move on to the third set. That's one option you can go to. Just play it smart.
So that saves the set point for VNS. They're down by 6.
Timeout, Savouge
But
Spin Doctors.
we have a timeout first before we proceed.
Pabil mo siya. Tapos, B siya, dito maliit din. Si Antonio. Okay, ulitin ko yung dulo nila maliliit. Yung gitna lang ang malaki. So, kailangan makuha mo yung gitna. Okay? But, kahit anong klaseng play natin, hindi pumapalo, dapat lagi may coverage. So, nagbigay ako ng instruction, kailangan maganda yung pasa. Okay? So, isipin nyo lagi na sa inyo ang bola, ha? Huwag mag-isip na hindi bibigay sa inyo. Isipin nyo sa inyo ang bola, okay? Go,
Isa na lang ha, patay ka ka.
Hey, one team!
Such a calm, mellow voice from Coach Sammy Akailar. By the way, get 7-day premium access to NBA, PBA, UAAP, PBL, Spikers Turf, and other leagues, and exclusive shows when you download Pilipinas Live. Register now for free. It's 18 serving 24. It has to be perfect volleyball from now on for VNS. Back set, nice! What a look by Imperial onto Sanama.
Well, they were obedient. They listened to Coach Sammy and followed his plan to a T, and look what happened. One blocker.
Yeah, that's the perfect set.
Good.
So that's Michael Vince Imperial, who was actually the starting setter in the previous conference alongside Hernandez. They were trading nagpapalitan sila as starting setters. 25-18 in set number 2. What a game this has been for the Savouge Spin Doctors so far. It was tight in set number 1, 26-24, but they had a more dominant set number 2. Noreen, what have they been doing right in this matchup?
I think great setting, great ball distribution. You know, we saw Senyoron. He had a shaky first set, but when he came back and then in the second set, he just showed us that I am captain. I'm allowed to commit errors, but you know, he just played well, and from there everyone played really well. You know, Sanama, Diwa, Magpayo got his touches as well. So it was a more fluid team. We can see Savouge. It's a more fluid team. Their defense was working. It's not 100%, but look at the way they played in the second set. Let's take a look at some numbers. Savouge actually led in attacks. Blocking went the way of VNS, but again, the weakness of VNS, 11 errors. I mean, that has been their Waterloo today. The first set, second set, their errors. And that has been halting any run they can make and actually giving confidence to Savouge. And Savouge is taking it.
Yes, that's 23 errors between 2 sets for Volleyball Never Stops, the Griffins. Well, they are being led by Wewe Medina, who has 9 points. Bornel has 8, Kulabat has 7, but everybody else has only a point at maximum. And Medina had 8 points in the first set, so only 1 point for him in set 2. That's quite the mystery.
And as you're saying that, he looks like he's at the bench right now.
So there's also another change that will happen here. Ooh, they might have written the wrong number on the list. So there's no natural setter on the court for VNS. Let's see if Valmoria will be doing the honors. Or they can just sub in. Okay.
It's just a waste because you use up one substitution at the start of the set.
All right, so their setter is Justin Yatko, the before mentioned 17-year-old for VNS-Nasty. And there's the natural setter for the longest time, Ray Taneo, on the other end for Savouge. Setting that ball in. Oh, miscue. Bartolome giving up a free ball. Marmeto onto the right pin. Blocking was there. Back row for Kulaban. Off speed. And that's a good point for VNS. Can that serve as a spark plug?
From the back
Yeah,
row.
and that's a great start because at the end of the second set, we did say that could be an option of VNS. Taking advantage of the drops wherein they were successful. Look at that. The defense are really far. No one at the center. So you can start with that and keep frustrating Savouge. That's a game plan.
Service error though.
Service out.
We're back to where they started.
Point for Savouge.
They had 7 service errors in set number 1, talking about VNS. In set number 2, do you have the number as well? Service errors.
No.
We'll check that.
But they had 12 errors in the first set and 11 in the second set. So these are high numbers for errors.
Tane opens up. Ball up by VNS. They send it to the opposite. Not much power there. And here's the counter. Sai again. It's long. But there's a touch.
Yeah, they call a check ball there.
2 serving 1.
2 serving 1. Now it's Lawrence Senor. He had quite the stretch in the previous set when he was serving. He had consecutive points.
Yeah.
Back set. Bartolome able to prevail against 2 blockers.
Luis.
So you like this Coach Ralph letting Bartolome start today. If he can get his confidence going, you can see the talent.
Yep.
Serving.
That's Luis Bartolome. And now this is Ronnie Adviento serving. Tough receive by Senyoron. Kulabat against 2 blockers. That's a double touch.
2 touches on Savouge.
Yeah, better start for VNS, we have to say.
3 serving 2.
Can they actually continue with this? They're up 3-2 off of that point by KC Kulabat. We're back with Ronnie Adviento. That's in.
Yeah, good serve.
Back set onto Emil Bahar. Dug up by Ronnie. Bartolome again. Straight to zone number 6. And it's Sai. Wow, what a sharp hit. And there was a net touch as well.
That fault on VNS.
Well, actually, it's such a waste because that would have been a great lefty kill, but the net violation first.
Highlight na sana
Oh,
para kay Sai Sanama.
John Diwa serving for the spin.
and a sharpen.
Right.
It's still sharp.
So that's an addition to his repertoire. his portfolio of attacks. Unfortunately, it is a service error. We have the total now. So that's 6 service errors for Savouge and 9 for VNS.
So, does that mean they committed 3 in that second set?
No, they had 7 in set number 1. So they only had 1 in
So
set 2.
Yeah, 1, yeah.
Because 1 already here in set 3 as we just saw another point from Savouge. Sanama again.
Taking a page off of VNS, playing it smart.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to bring this up. When Jay Disquitado was starting to blossom, we saw a lot of power hits. We asked for variety from him. Now, we give credit to Jade. He's come a long way. Now, again, he's a top scorer in the UAAP. But for Sai Sanama, it seems like he already has that early at 21 years old. So I can't imagine the ceiling. How good can this guy be in Philippine volleyball?
Yeah, he's gonna go far here. I feel for him. Maybe the power is there, obviously. Maybe finesse, technique.
Okay.
Only because you want to prolong his career. If you're always about power, always about stiffness, you're gonna get injured then.
Yes.
You want a bit of finesse, so that you can, less injuries
Right.
through time.
Well, we just saw a block point for Savouge. 6 serving 5 now. And we have Sai Sanama still serving. Sharply in. Bornel rejected. Charlie Magpayo.
With another follow-up.
Yep, he read that because Bornell has actually been very successful in the middle, but that be quick was read by Magpayo.
There's the recent graduate of University of Santo Tomas. I did have a conversation with Daxiam Bao, asking him, what do you miss the most from last year? And he said, it's the presence of the veterans. Iba rin na may Charlie Magpayo, may Lawrence Senyoron. Stabilizers yung mga yan. As we just saw another block point. We have the first technical timeout. Savouge on top, 8-5.
8-5.
You're still tuned in to Spiker's Turf Open Conference. Megs Noreen, when I was talking to the players of Savouge earlier, I could not help but feel an immense sense of gratitude coming from them. So when I asked them about it, they said that it came from none other, their team owner, Sydney Calderon, who gave players like them and many others a chance to live out their volleyball dreams, one she could not carry out herself. Now it's this support and passion that uplifts the spirit and motivation of the Spin Doctors to keep elevating. She even flew them out last March 10 to Davao for them to have more opportunities to play with each other. Now this was key for them to seamlessly adjust to a completely new system in just 2 weeks. Back to you, Migs, Noreen.
That's a beautiful story. Big credit to Amira Almamari, who, by the way, is debuting here in the Spiker's Turf. That's so nice to hear, Noreen, as we just saw another point for Sai Sanama. There's a supposed volleyball player, didn't get to do it, so all the passion that she had, she just poured it onto having a team for herself.
Yeah, that's just passion.
Passion for you.
You said it already, passion. And, you know, the love for the game.
It actually applies to Coach Ralph as well, on the other end for VNS. Now that's an attack error from
Bornell's attack
Bornell.
went out.
Just went straight outside.
Another point for Savouge.
You can see the stiffness in that hit. You know, now it's getting to their heads. One thing that they will learn, this is the first game. It's okay to commit these errors, and this is where you will try to get better and correct these errors.
11-5. Push. Chance ball for Savouge. They choose Charlie. Met at the net.
Ball touched the net.
Oh, it was actually low.
It's a point
Yeah,
for the
pretty low.
Griffins.
But Bornell was all over that anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely nowhere near the hands of the
Nowhere.
blocker.
Mr. Bornell at the service
6
zone.
serving 11, but can VNS actually pull off a comeback? Marmeto, nice receive. Ball dug up, Bartolome. Not much space for a save anymore.
Yeah, Savouge just always seems to find an answer. You know, every time VNS gets a point, it's never in streaks of 2. Savouge just comes right back.
Now that makes me ask you, Savouge has been in the Spikerster for what? 2 conferences now, include some PNDF tournaments as well. This is obviously a rising program. But would you actually consider them to be potentially a contender?
Potentially. You know, I mean, I think that's the perfect term for it. Potentially. We have to say the history of people like Senyaron, Magpayo, because of the pandemic. So that kind of halted their growth. But, you know, they have the potential.
Well, again, Senyaron was supposed to be the Josh Ibanez before Josh Ibanez arrived.
Exactly.
Now, we just saw an attack point off of a slide, which we haven't seen a lot in this game.
We saw middle, you know, the quicks.
Oh.
But what an entry by Kalayag, making his presence felt.
That was Lawrence Kalayag as the other Lawrence tried to block the ball, but it went straight outside.
You talked about the UST players from different generations, and Wewe Medina showing us that I still got it.
He's still wearing the same yellow and black.
Neon.
Neon yellow.
Just in time for the summer.
Yeah. And there you go, the other golden spiker setting that ball out. It's Lawrence Senyaron.
Point for the Griffins.
Well, they have to be careful. I mean, we did say that they always seem to find an answer. Right now, they have to be careful because VNS, they're going to take it.
It's now 9 serving 13. Wewe Medina at the back row. The approach, the serve. Ooh, very unfortunate. That service error number 11.
Freebie point for Savouge.
It's going to be a long training session for VNS in their next one. Just with that drill alone.
Serve 1,000 balls.
Yeah. Ikaw ba, anong maximum na naranasan mo sa training?
I don't remember.
Don't remember.
We're talking about the 90s.
I don't know, it might have been a special time for you.
It probably was, but parang my serves are okay lang.
Hindi kailangan.
Hindi, joke lang.
That's the best answer
That's
to
a
read.
joke. That's a joke. Everybody goes through the same training.
15-9. Adviento couldn't score. Senyaron putting it up. And here's Amil Bahar. Nice.
Emil Bahar.
That looked good.
Yeah.
Scores off the block.
And yeah, it was
And we're
actually
off to our
gliding
second
from right to
technical
left,
timeout of the
targeting
first
that
set.
ball perfectly.
It's Savouge
16-9.
with the lead. 16-9.
Burgers or hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Short hair or long hair?
Long hair.
Practice or rest?
Rest.
Monster block or fireball?
Fireball.
Down the line or off the block?
Down the line.
Party out or chill at home?
Chill at home.
Dancing or singing?
Dancing. I love TikTok.
Well, that video was absolutely self-explanatory. You can post that on the internet. It will be viral in an hour. Thank you, here, Austria.
Yeah, I love those interviews. It's so candid, you know? It's so natural.
And a big shout out to Jet Montevon, our producer, and everybody else behind the Spikers Turf team for making that possible in our media day. 17 to 10. We haven't seen Hero Austria in this game, but no problem for Savouge.
Oh, yeah. Well, we saw her in the interview.
Yeah, okay na yun. That's enough. Off speed, regalo. Too easy for Lawrence Kalayag. By the way, has made his impact in this game.
One of the taller players for Coach Sammy. I was looking at the lineup actually of both teams inside the court. Not the tallest of players.
Yep.
You only have Bornell, which is one, and then Kalayag. Even Diwa's not very.
Yeah, he's not that tall. Bornell sending it through. Nice dig. Emil Bahar got the bounce and the point.
Emil Bahar.
You know what Taneo's doing here in the third set? He's letting the others get their chances. Sanama doesn't get a lot of sets.
VNS-Nasty Griffins.
This could be a new great home for Ray Taneo himself. He's been around. You have a timeout.
Sinasabi na sa'yo, i-push mo ng i-push para umabot dun sa dulo. Kung gusto mong mabilis, i-push mo. Hindi pwede ito lang ginagamit mo eh. Ang problema, para kang tinatamad sa loob. Paano tayo hahabol eh? Lamya-lamya mo eh. Nakapokus ka sa views.
Go. Guys, marami pa pwede mangyari. Okay, kapitan natin yan. Wala pressure.
Malayo pa.
Save VNS!
Of course, there's a lot to learn for the 17-year-old Justin Yatko. He is the youngest in this squad, but he does idolize Vince Mangulabdan. He was teammates before with John Mangulabdan. So think about it, naipasa rin yung knowledge from Kuya Vince.
Wait. How old again? 15, 17?
17. That young.
More years ahead.
Actually, there's an under-18 team for Coach Ralph Ocampo. It's just that yung quota dun, yung cut-off for the birthday, hindi na siya umabot. That's why he's playing here, as we just saw a block that went straight outside, a point for VNS.
The block.
But the defense and the challenge of Savouge really today, you know, that has helped them build this 8-point advantage.
19-11. Bartolome serving that ball outside. That's what, number 12
Point for the
already
Spin
in this
Doctors.
match.
Substitution for Savouge, number 20.
Service error number 12
Number
for
9,
VNS.
Renzel
Double sub
Antonio
in, Vince Imperial.
Number 21 out.
And
number 13, Michael
let's check the other one,
Imperial
number
in.
9. We already saw him a while ago. Renzel
Substitution for
Antonio.
VNS, number 13 out, number
The other end,
24.
Ken Malinis returns.
Malinis in.
I like this substitution only because, you know, Malinis, for me, you give him that time to warm up and to get used to the court conditions, because he was hiatus for months, almost a year.
And he was really good before. (20-12) now. Casey Kulabat serving. That's in.
That's a better one.
Palmetto with the receive. Quite low. Antonio recalculates. Good blocking for VNS. Bit tight. Great battle at the net. Sanama almost scored. The rally continues. Chance ball. Barmeto. Imperial. Charlie Magpayo gets the point.
Charlie
But again, these
Magpayo
setters of Savouge,
targets
first Taneo,
VNS.
then Imperial, really just so creative.
Substitution for Savouge.
I wish you can see the service of Vince Imperial, by the way. It's so strong. I don't think he's had the chance so far.
Yeah.
Shawi Caritativo checks in for Lawrence Senyoron. The same substitution that happened in set number 1.
But this is a taller front row for Savouge, which is bad news for VNS. With that, you want to speed up your offense.
Let's see if they can capitalize. Sanama sends it in. Back row hit, Kulabat. Was there a net touch?
Net touch on
Yep, there was.
Savouge. Point for VNS.
Quick eyes
13
by the
21.
referees. No need for that actually kill from the back row by Kulabat.
I can only imagine it's instinct nowadays for them. For how long that they have been doing this already. Attack from the opposite. It's long for Antonio. And no touch.
The attack went
Yeah, it didn't
out.
seem like any
Point
touch.
for VNS. 14 serving 21.
14 serving 21. Jester Burnell, the tallest player that we have.
Jester Bornell serving.
That's in. Parmeto with a nice receive. Combination play. Ball put up by VNS. Here's Wewe. Cross court. Parmeto again. Open. Down the line against Kendry Malines. It's Shawi Caritativo.
Sherwin Caritativo.
Boy,
Targets
these
the left.
substitutions are working wonders for Coach Shami. And we have to say, I'm sure Coach Shami, 2 weeks with the program, 2 weeks with this team. This is his perfect time to actually gauge, the player, see which combination of players he can use in the future.
Well, it's been working well for him as Wewe Medina scores from the left wing.
Medina.
Well, yeah.
I did talk to some Savouge coaches before
15
this
serving
game.
22.
And I asked them about the competition in their training. They said the battle between the first and second units is quite entertaining during their training sessions.
Justin Yatko
Which is
serving
good.
for
Yeah.
VNS.
And it goes to show, anyone coach brings in is good.
Yeah. Healthy competition, it keeps you on your toes. As Caritativo just scored.
With another cross-court hit. Substitution for Savouge.
Double
Number
sub.
9 out. Number
Taneo
23.
and Abib Bahar return. Let's see
Number 13
what happened.
out. Number 21.
Nice approach.
Al Nasim Amin Bahar.
That hit the ground.
Savouge is 2 points away from getting its first win in our Spikers Turf Open Conference.
Yeah, we did actually feel that before the game this was going to go the distance, but Savouge was proving us wrong.
And we also thought that after the changes of VNS come set number 2, that the landscape of the game would have drastically changed.
Yeah.
Now there's a block point with Adviento and Malines working together.
For the Griffins.
Well, we talked about Savouge and what Coach
16
Shami
serving
is trying to
23.
do. The same for Coach Ralph, some new additions
Serving
to the
for
team.
VNS
So
is
we
Wewe
see, we always
Medina.
say we see individual talent. So that's one thing. Your program, you need to build on that.
Oh, it's too high, even for the very
47
tall player that is
point
Lawrence
for
Calaya.
VNS.
So prior to that miscue, he has been playing pretty
Yeah.
well. How many touches, how many
17
kills.
serving 23.
Coach Sammy, unbothered at the sideline. They do have a good cushion.
Yeah.
17 serving 23. Medina. Service error number 13
Service out.
for VNS.
Match point
The
for
type of player Medina
Savouge.
is, these service errors really, that's gonna haunt him tonight.
For sure.
Not gonna have a good night's
serving
sleep.
for the match.
24-17, Caritativo. Received by Wewe. They open up. Kulabad. Targeting Coach Sammy Akailar. And that's
Attack went
outside.
out. Point
So,
for Savouge.
That's it for Savouge and VNS. What a starting game in our open conference for the Spin Doctors. We did mention high expectations, especially for this matchup, but this dominant victory might just change everybody's expectations for the rest of their conference.
Well, they did impress us already, in the previous tournament. So they're just trying to get better and better and hoping to make it to the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Savouge Aesthetics.
Again, there's a long way to
Spin
go.
Doctors
For all we know, VNS
for
might
winning this
turn
match
things around.
in 3 straight
Starting
sets
in their next
with the
game.
scores of 26 to 24.
For sure, for me,
25 to
Coach
18,
Ralph and VNS,
and 25
their
to
heart is there.
17.
It's just they gotta go back to the drawing board.
So that's the final score. We'll be back to wrap this game up.
Again, volleyball fans, our next playdate is on Sunday, March 17, still here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum at 4 o'clock p.m. is a matchup between Air Force and PJJC Navy. And at 6 o'clock p.m., it's Signal battling the debuting or Richmark Sports. Volleyball fans, thank you for coming to our today's games. This is your Spikers Turf Season 7 2024 Open Conference, where power meets passion.
I am with our player of the game, Norwell Sanama. Norwell, congratulations. You got 15 points in this game. Ngayon gusto kong tanungin, alam naman natin na maraming pinagbago ang team nyo in just 2 weeks. Ngayon, gaano ka-importante ang panalong to, ang unang laro ninyo?
Sabi nga ng coach namin na importante itong laro to para tumaas yung namin, yung moral namin, and yun lang.
Ayun nga, 2 weeks lang para mag-adjust, pero based sa nilaro mo kanina, parang hindi naman gaano kahirap sa'yo. Saan nanggagaling yung apoy?
Lang po, nakikinig lang din po ako sa coaches, sa mga coaches namin, and kung ano ang sa kalaban, yung mahina sa kalaban, kung saan tatargetin, ganun lang.
Alright, thank you, Norwell. Congratulations. Back to you, Migs, Noreen.
One last time, how impressed are you with Sai Sanama?
Every conference, when we watch new superstars on the rise, I mean, we get so excited, like Jade. We go back to Jade Desquitado, even Young Mendoza.
Right.
These players, Montemayor, he's another one. And that's why we're always so honored. We feel honored and excited to cover these games because we see new names and we're gonna follow their career from now on.
Okay, so the sky is the limit for Sai Sanama. And a good win for Savouge as a team. We also talked about their wonderful setting. Almost everybody was stopped by Taneo and Imperial.
Yeah, I mean, notable mentions, the setters, you did say, plus Marmeto.
Right? Sa pa yun.
He was so solid and he looked so at ease that, I'm gonna dig it.
He doesn't celebrate. He just looks at the opponent.
That's him.
That's him.
Diba? Ever since he was with MPU. God.
Our numbers.
Yeah, look at the attacks. Savouge still 11-9. But,